One of my community members has recently asked me this question. I need lots of enhancement materials. Where do I get it? All of the gear takes way too much material to level to 15. And this is a two-part answer, and I want to dive into this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you don't know me, I'm BearCozy. I strive to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos. And as you can see, right now, we are farming the Attack on Titan event, specifically for gear charms. Now, this question has been asked recently in my community, and we all chimed in, and I took a snippet of exactly what I replied with. First of all, this is a two-part answer. Don't roll all of your gear to 15. If it rolls well, roll it to 12, and then if it rolls amazing, then you can roll it to 15. But if you are struggling with material, keep most of your gear at 12. You can use it at 12 just as well. And then when you have enough material, when you have really good rolls, then you push it to 15. That is part one. Part two to that is, I mentioned gear charms mostly come from farming dungeons. But right now, we do have the Titan event going on, which will give us charms in the rotation very soon. This was yesterday. For me, it is still today because I am recording right at reset. My reset is at 11 p.m. Soon as it hits midnight, this will say yesterday. So this was earlier today, and my reset just happened, which means we now have gear charms. Now, if you don't know where this is in the unknown intruder, and right now, this is exactly what I'm farming. Now, here's what I want to show you. Let me go ahead and back out of this while they run this dungeon. Let me go to backstage so I can show you what's going on here. If you are not sure where exactly this is, from your main screen, this is going to be your main screen, click on the giant red guy in the back, Impending Crisis. The Titan is attacking. Right now, click on the giant guy and go to Unknown Intruder. This is where you get all of the gear charms. Now, right now, I am farming stage 9. I can also farm stage 10. If you don't know, these different stages give you different charms. Now, this is for today. We do have a rotating reward system right down here. Right now, stages drop extra gear of all charm types, and this will reset in 23 hours, and this will be a different rewards every day until the event is over. We do have a little bit over 4 days left, 4.5 days left, so there's plenty of time to farm this, and this is where you want to farm most of your gear charms. Now, as you can see, different chapters have different gear charms. That is what those symbols are. So feel free to farm the gear charms of your choice. Now, if you are not progressed all the way to chapter 9 and chapter 10, feel free to farm chapter 6. I believe that is the earliest that it starts. Chapter 6, chapter 7 is the earliest that the gear drops. And that is the weapon charms. So if you are still struggling, hopefully you've made it to chapter 7. You can start farming a little bit, maybe chapter 8. Work on progressing as high as you can so you can start farming these charms. And then in a 23-hour period, right down here, the rewards will actually change every single day. So if you are watching this video and you are not on the gear charm bonus, if the gear charms is not a bonus for your particular day when you are watching this video, don't fret. You will get another chance to get more gear charms. This will rotate. The way that this typically works is it will come around twice in the event rotation. So right now we have the gear charm. We just had the extra pumpkins and the extra jelly event. I did farm some of that. I got a ton of pumpkins. I got almost 300 pumpkins, and and I got a lot of jelly out of that. And some of those pumpkins were left over from the last 2 previous events because I do try to stockpile them for the upcoming hero leveling events. So right now, as this gear charm event is happening, this is the time to farm the gear charms. And of course, you can farm gear charms of your choice. If you need weapon charms, go ahead and grab the weapon charms, and you can run multi-battles very, very quickly, especially if you have a pretty good team. Now, I did wanted to put this video out pretty early. If you don't know, if you were not aware, this is the best time to farm charms as long as you have the energy and as long as you have the team. Go ahead and farm it. And if you can do overnight runs, that will be even better. I am not going to be doing that. I'm just going to farm some of this as I'm awake, as I'm watching TV, because these do accumulate very, very quickly. And as you can see, that was, what, a 30-second run there. So in a if you do a bunch of these 10 multis in a span of 1 hour of watching TV, so that battle was 23 seconds, and that was very, very quick. So in the span of an hour, you can get lots of these runs. And if you farm for 2 or 3 hours, a little bit now, a little bit later, and a little bit in between when you have time, you can get yourself lots of gear charms. And as I've mentioned before, tomorrow we will get different rewards from the same dungeons for the event. So from the same runs, you will get different rewards. Typically, we rotate gear charms and weapon charms, and then we start rotating necklace and rain charms. So keep an eye on that. There's usually, from my experience in these types of events, there's usually 3 or 4 different things that we can get from these events. So if you missed this one, you can catch the next one, so don't worry too much about it. Whatever day you are on, go ahead and grab that day. Farm yourself as much material as you can, and then of course don't forget to hit the shop for these coins and for whatever else you have. So that's gonna do it for me. Hit the like and the subscribe down below on this video. Also leave me a nice comment below, and for more BearCozy videos, check out the top right.